This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is July 6th, 2022. We're performing a video sewer inspection through the 3.5 inch or 3 inch clean out that is just to the left of the steps, the entrance to the house, and it's covered with a grate, and it also has a plug in it. The grate is more for aesthetics. It's not really doing anything because there is a plug inside the drain cover. This is the front porch of the house, and this is going out toward the front yard. And we are at 4261 Ledge Avenue, Toluca Lake, California, 91602. We're going to zero out, or we are zeroed out, right at the opening to our clean out. We're going to begin pushing through and attempt to get all the way out to the city sewer. We are in ABS plastic pipe and fittings at the moment. Still in ABS plastic, from what we can see. Making some turns. Do have a little bit of debris in the line, kind of building up on our camera lens. We're going to pause for just a moment, and we're going to run some water. I'm going to try and run some water and flush the line, and also try and get some of the debris off the camera lens. So we're going to pause for just a moment. We're going to wait until the water subsides a little bit. We had to run water to try and clear the line out a little and to clean the camera lens off as well. We had debris building up on the camera lens and we were unable to see anything. So we're going to just pause for another moment and let all that water subside, and then we'll begin pushing out again. Okay, most of the water has subsided. You see a lot of things floating through the air, and that is sewer gases, just for your information. So we're going to continue to push out. Sewer gases are common in a sewer line. And we have a joint right there, appears to be in fair and maintainable condition from what we can see. So far the piping, all the piping and fittings appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. A little staining, which is common.
Yeah, then what's this right here? Put that.
We're going to continue to push out. Still appears that we are in ABS plastic pipe and fittings.
That's what I'm having you looking down there.
Okay, we're going into a little bit of a belly here at 34 feet. We're going underwater. We have some debris in this area because of the belly. And we're at 39 feet. Not terrible. 4 to 5 foot belly should not pose an issue. Short bellies are common in ABS plastic. Sometimes the soil was not compacted enough underneath, or the bow of the piping has a normal bow generally when they keep it at the supply house, when they stock it on their racks. And if you put the bow downward when you install the piping, it will keep a bow, and sometimes it'll get a little bit more of a belly in there. Generally we flip the pipe over and put it with the bow up so it levels out and settles, but should not pose an issue. They're going to continue to push out. I believe we're coming up to a fitting. Keep going. Should be coming up to a fitting in front of us. Making a small turn. Making a slight turn there. Still pushing out. Another joint. Looks like the piping's somewhat flat in this area because it is holding debris and it isn't moving like it should. Coming up to another fitting, we're going to try and shake the camera and see if we can get that stuff off there a little bit. Kind of hard to. There's a lot of debris right in this area. We got a good bit of it off, and we're gonna pull back just a little bit. Looks like still ABS plastic, making a turn. Kind of hard to make this other turn. May need to run some water to help us try and make this other turn. We're going to pause for a moment. We're going to try and flush this area out, and also to help us try and push through this area. We've got several turns in the line. Make it very difficult to try and get through. So with water running, it will help us a little bit to push through some of these turns and to get out further. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we paused for a moment. We located this area, and the sewer line is going out by the corner by Whipple Street and Ledge Avenue. And it is approximately 10 feet deep from the top part of the yard. As we get down to the bottom, then we're a lot more shallow. We may be about 6 feet, 7 feet. But we do have a major root intrusion right here. I believe we've transitioned to vitreous clay. When we pull back, we'll take a better look at it, and we'll see exactly where we transition. We're at 90 feet now. So we're going to push in some more. We're going to try and get through this area. We have a major offset right here and major root intrusion. We're going to try and push through there if we can. Water's seeping, but we're in major roots. This line really needs to be hydrojetted. You're probably about 80 to 90% restricted right now. Trying to jam it through right now. Does not want to seem to go. This line's going to have to be hydrojetted. That line's probably at least 90% restricted. Water is seeping through. So we're going to pause for one moment. We're going to attempt to try and just push back through a little bit. You can see we got a little hole at the bottom, but we're hitting severe roots right there. And, our cable's actually doubling over. Now you can see the cable at the top. So pull back. I don't want to end up breaking it. But yeah, it's about 90 to 95% restricted right now. The homeowner is going to have the line hydrojetted, and then we can come back out and re-inspect the sewer line. We're over by the corner of Whipple Street and Ledge Avenue right now, and just can't pass that area. So we're going to pause for one moment. We're going to rinse our camera lens off real well, and then we're going to go ahead, pull back a little bit. We're going to pause our mic and shut all this water off and let it subside. Okay, we're going to push back in a little bit. We've been going back and forth and showing the homeowner and showing the realtors what we've got. We've got probably a 90 to 95% restriction right here. We've only got a tiny hole at the bottom. We're going to pause right there. We can't go any further without damaging the camera. So we're going to begin pulling out now. We're going to pull back. We'll take a look at the line. And we're going to hydrojet this line. As soon as the line's hydrojetted, then we'll re-inspect as well. So we got a lot of roots here. And then we got more roots in this joint. See them hanging down. Coming in looks like more than anything from the side. Making a turn. Looks like we're transitioning right here. Go back in a tiny bit right there. Let's see. No, there you go. Pull back out a little bit. Pull out. May have an offset right at the joint. Right there. Looks like we may have an offset right there. We do have a large offset. I can see the entire face of the pipe. And that is at about 91 feet 4 inches on the camera monitor. We'll double check this area. We can try and locate this real quick, see if we can get a good bead on it, and we'll try and mark it. I'm going to pause for one moment. Okay, we located this area, and it is right on the corner of Whipple Street and Ledge Avenue. It's right up against the brick retaining wall, and we marked it at 4 foot deep with a red crayon. So we're going to continue pulling back now. Got a major offset right there. Now we're back. That's our transition back to ABS plastic. Now we're going to continue pulling back. We've got a little flat spot in the plastic. It's not draining great right there, but it's only for a couple feet, so that should not pose an issue. But it's probably back graded because of that offset, more than likely. So we're going to continue pulling back. So we're in ABS plastic pipe and fittings, and all the plastic pipe and fittings from that transition appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition from what we can see. We're going to continue to pull back. We'll be able to see a lot better than when we were going out. We were running the camera outward. There was a lot of debris in the line, and pulling it back we don't get the debris pushing up against the camera lens and distorting the camera lens and blocking it. That joint appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. Got a little bit of a flat spot here again. We're holding water from about 39 feet or so. I think this was the area that we had about a 4 foot little dip in a belly here. And we're good here. It's draining. So that's a minor belly in the ABS plastic. Nothing to be too concerned about. Do have a little smudge on the camera lens, but we can see everything pretty well. A little bit of debris there. Yeah. We have some debris in here, and we're coming back to our mainline sewer clean out. Got some debris build up here a little bit, and we're hanging, the camera's hanging, so it's kind of hard to see a little bit. You get water hanging off the lens and you just can't see, but we're coming back up the line, and we're coming out of our clean out, flattened out a little bit. And that will conclude our video sewer line inspection for the time being. So we're going to pause right here for a moment and then start.